I'm no whore, even though being paid for sex would be super dope, but I'm certainly not basic.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
It would be super dope, right? It would be super dope.
In theory, if money just magically appeared in my bank account every time I had sex, then that's the dope part of it. But you did not tune in to Sundi and Jeff's TED Talk. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast. We're doing Vintage VPR Season 4, Episode 6, I believe, Cock of the Walk. And they just worked one of Lisa-isms. This is 5. Okay. Lisa-isms right into the title, which I know she didn't make it up, but something that she said through there. So this is so juicy. And I love it so much. And also the characters, or I say characters, you know what I mean, compared to how we first met them, they're almost like completely different people. You couldn't, if you put them side by side, you wouldn't even be like, except for Jax. They have just been so different. Like James, we thought he was just like skinny little nerd. Kristen was like the only one of reason this episode. Tom Sandoval used to cook for hot actresses in the 2000s. Like, what?
Yeah. I like that he added that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were successful and a big box office draw and super hot. Yeah.
To recap. Playtime is over, bitches. Sir's staff is getting a complete makeover in the like of Pump, because I guess they just want them to all be Pump. The Toms pitched something. Wine and Cheese had some problems. You know the ones. But you can't pull up the rug and sweep out the cobwebs. Kristen and James are arguing that really terrible therapy session that they had. And then there's like a James, Lala, Jax triangle starting to form. That's the important thing to remember for this episode. Because, and 2, when they flash back, I do not remember from the episode James saying, when I said she was being slutty, what I really meant was, please come sit on my face. I don't remember him saying that in the
That's the first time I remember seeing it also. Yeah.
I knew that. And like, that is so strange because they put it in the scenes from past time. So
No. That seemed like they dropped a Secrets Revealed right in there here in episode 5. Like, it's going to be a long season. Why don't we just sprinkle them throughout?
Well, maybe they had to reiterate how douchey he's become.
I don't think so. I think he's got that. Sorry, Bravo producers, if you were worrying yourself about that 11 years ago, please stop. He's got that covered, all covered up on that.
He continues to remind.
Yes.
So we always start out at Sir with a little montage of real work. We even see Ariana polishing a glass, right? Real work. I promise we work here, y'all. We're waitresses. We're bartenders. I swear.
It's looking good.
LVP is checking in on Scheana, and we're getting a lot of these one-on-one scenes between the two, and I think we're supposed to understand that Lisa's this very caring hen mother. And so Scheana drops this very, very evolved piece of healthy news. I'm just trying to live a happy, healthy life. You know, I know that he has admitted that he is addicted to substance, both booze and pills. But, you know, we're just going to go to the gym 5 days a week and maybe just like eat some egg white omelets. And I don't need to lose 10 pounds, but maybe he can. Cured. Yeah. There you go.
You may not need to lose 10 pounds, but you most certainly do not need to mention it and mention that he has. And it's not the first time it comes up. And I mean, not the only time it comes up in the episode.
I guess that's going to be Shay's new storyline. He started out as being Scheana's, boyfriend who's about to propose, then Scheana's wedding partner. Then it was a drug addict. And so now he's a fatty and's got to lose weight. He's getting some bonuses.
I don't want to agree with Jax right off the bat or anything, but like this is Splitsville soon, right? Like we're approaching that. I mean, it already seems like it, but I mean before, but it's like the way she's talking about him in the confessionals and stuff. It's just like, okay, that's
well. And then the ultimatum that she gives them later, which we'll get to, it's just like sirens. That's what I should have added to our soundboard was a siren. Remind me, I put a note in my
like I said, it's a long season. We got plenty ahead.
Yeah. Scheana's good at cooking. I don't know if this woman just really likes Mexican food or if that is, but she mentions it at every turn. Remember they had a taco truck at her wedding. And so she's really good at pasta and Mexican food, but not the good stuff. So Sandoval is going to come teach them how to eat healthy.
Well, that's not what sobriety's about, according to Lisa. It's not about some egg whites.
No, you can't cure addiction by scrambled egg whites. And I think this episode should have been sponsored by egg whites, because as many times as we motherfucking said egg whites.
Yeah. I thought it was a new side hustle for Sandoval. I was like, has this dude got an egg farm nowadays? And he's trying to come on out to Sandoval Farms? Like,
yeah, right. I bet his hands are the smoothest hands you've ever seen.
Oh,
Get the fuck
smooth.
out of here.
This is right when your boy's trucking by with a box. Whoa.
Making his way out the door. And Lisa's like, whoa, sir, get in here. So she calls him over, and I hate when she tries to like shoehorn in her humor. It gets on her so much, but talking about all the things that he's stolen, and then her list consisted of like 2 actual tangible things, and then the bit about the boyfriend, but like the list of things this man has actually stolen: silverware, condiment cups, ramekins, napkins, like everything that's in his kitchen.
Tons
he
of
has
booze.
Stolen from sir. And so he's so goddamn nosy, right? He's like, oh, what's going on? I saw you talking to Scheana. She good? What's happening over here? Just fucking messy as hell. But then he turns from like messy to hell to kind of hateful.
I was going to say, he's not just asking questions. He's offering his insight.
Yeah. Well, when Lisa kind of like opens the door for the hot goss or whatever, the things that you're saying now, am I saying that they are untrue? No, I am not.
Correct.
But the way that he's talking about and this is kind of dumb, but like his problems are not coming from alcohol or pills. And they say, addiction is just a symptom. He's obviously running away from something else because he has no voice. I want them to get off Scheana's jock about being a strong lady, even though she's not a feminist.
No, she isn't. I mean, they do stay on her about it. Yeah.
They do. They are at her neck this entire episode.
Yeah, there's just no reason, we don't agree with, or we don't disagree with what he's saying overall, but just the fact that they're talking about it at all, it's just like, Jax, go away. I do not want relationship insight from you. That is the last thing. Like, especially as we get into his relationship. Yes. So, I'm great at giving advice. I just don't follow it.
So a little bit more about Kentucky Muffin. Okay. He loves her. He doesn't say it here, but Tom Schwartz says it later. And remember, they flash back to him declaring his exclusivity. But she went back to Kentucky. And right now he's saying if she moves here, then he will be her boyfriend, but he cannot do long distance relationships. And I wrote down, I wonder what he's telling her.
Yeah.
What conversations are him and her having about her moving out there and relocating? Because this woman is about to pick up and move out here when he is still trying to fuck Lala.
Well, he was trying to holler at Lala when she was in the interview that he got her 20 feet, not even 20 feet away. I mean, she's 6 feet away. So, of course, if she's in Kentucky, and I think the snippet they show, like, of them in the apartment, when he's like, yeah, I mean, I'm into being exclusive with you. And she's like, you're not going to go find no other girls? Like, that's what's happening constantly. I mean, that is probably the thing they're talking about over and over again. There's no Lala in their conversation,
And there's more diagnosis too. So, and I believe this to be true, that Scheana is mothering him a little bit. And I think that's probably a symptom of her worry. Like, she's probably hovering and just really trying to just like hold the grip, keep her eyes on the horizon or the airplane's going to go down. But Jax asserts that he's using pills because he has no balls.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's healthy talk. I just don't know if that's helpful in this situation.
No, and LVP's with you, and we get from her what I like to give folks when I'm over them, and that's a big old eye roll. That's the one we get for Lisa right there with my brand new stamp. That's right.
Inaugural stamp.
Before she tells him to keep your new nose out of it.
I love it. But I have a question about their timeline, because Lisa says, Scheana's the best thing's ever happened to him, and he was doing this long before her. I wonder if maybe they just knew each other in high school and they only got together recently, because were they broken up for Eddie Cibrian? Had they not started dating? Like, what is the timeline?
I bet you they have broken up and gotten back together a couple times.
Okay.
I think they were together when that happened. I don't know, but
we haven't really had any clarification about it. But Jackson says he's the only one with his eyes on the whole situation. So that feels very cryptic. And I don't know if he's just trying to stay relevant or if he really does. But don't worry, he will drop it at the most opportunistic time. At the moment that he thinks he can get the most out of it, then he will drop the nugget. But their dynamic is so interesting. The way she whispers, I mean, you know something is going on. You know it is.
Yeah.
It's so familiar. And then the boldness that he has, the way he talks to her. And remember how mad she got when Sandoval even just kind of like got a smidge of a tone? But Jax is just out here with a box of stolen wine.
Oh, I was going to say, he ends up leaving with that box, right?
No. And he's just so bold. And so it's just so interesting to me. There's obviously a familiarity there. And I like it a lot. Maybe they're close because they're closer in age.
I don't know. It's something about the whole, like when Scheana's mom called him the puppy that peed on the rug. Like, I think that's how she looks at him, like this wounded puppy she's got to take care of. She loves her dogs. And I think she's just kind of folded Jax into her pack. There's Hanky, Pinky, and Jax. They're all just kind of getting her love when they can. I mean, we get them every episode almost, like the two of them together.
And then we see James and Lala. They went out last night. And so the editing right here is so choppy, but James talks about the mixing of everything, and then he makes this like sniffling gesture. And Lala talks about what a bad influence he is. So like they went really hard last night. She tells a story about his drunken shenanigans that he doesn't remember.
Yeah, he got sloppy, dropping drinks, and a little makeout sesh for the two of them. Little makeout sesh.
And this is where we start to see their timeline unfold here. So he told Lala that him and Kristen had broken up yesterday, even though she said that there's no time lapse there's no time limit. You can do whatever. But he doesn't feel bad for it because he technically was cheating, but he doesn't give a shit. He says, Jeff, I've completely broken up with Kristen. I just haven't broken up with her yet.
Yep. That means he's just scared of Kristen is all. That's all that is right there.
And
that just means you're scared.
Full on cheating. Yeah, and full on cheating on her.
Absolutely.
And it is so funny to hear Lala talk about Kristen because she doesn't have any context. Like, she didn't grow up with them like the rest of those kids did. And she's like, I've heard about her, but if she wants to get it pop, if we're going to get it popping, we're going to get it popping. And Lala's black scent is a little grating to me. Yeah.
It's around she drops it pretty regular, actually. But yeah, she's talking about it, like she's Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees. Like, I've heard about that, like it's because she doesn't work here. Oh no, she worked. This one waitress used to work here years ago, and she just appears and hovers into the alley sometimes, like go into the bathroom and say her name 3 times and she comes.
Well, she does. She appears right at the hostess stand and, there to show. Because James does predict that she may not come to your house to harass you, but she is absolutely going to turn up here and harass me. So that
she knows where you live, though.
Yeah,
like she knows.
Sure.
Is he wearing one of her word art shirts? Because he's got like I couldn't make it out, but it's a black shirt with just like plain white lettering on it in some kind of groovy design. And I was like, it looks like a ridge right there. And
what a slap in the face.
Yeah. But when Lala is mentioning Kristen, it's like, if she wants to get scrappy, I'll get scrappy. I'm like, let me write that. Let me make a note.
Yeah, we'll see. But she does kind of put on this bravado, but I don't want to step to Kristen. We saw her fight Tom Sandoval like a grown man. We saw her clock James like it was her part-time job. I don't want it. I don't want that smoke. But
no, not at all.
So they meet in the back alley. Okay, here we are. It goes just about as we think. He has no ramp up speed, right? He just goes in super hot. I don't trust you. You fuck some guy in Detroit. You're a dirty slut. Fuck off. I hate you. Like, immediately just gets into it. Goes hot.
I like when she had first come up and Lala's walking away from Kristen. You see her she just mouths a fuck at her, and it's like, that's all. That's all you got. It goes right away. Like, I don't trust you. This whole Detroit story, which does sound pretty shady.
He's real salty about the thing he's actually doing to her.
That is correct. Yes.
And, but also remember whenever the stuff was going down about her and Jax and she went away. Isn't she from Michigan or her family lives in Michigan?
Yeah, she's from Michigan.
So she said she had a modeling job there, which, okay, you're going to leave LA to go to Detroit for a modeling job? Sure, Jan. But I don't believe that she slept with anybody. I don't think so. I don't think that she would give James the satisfaction of allowing him to have that over her.
I've got no reason to not believe that she did. I mean, other than she says it. But honestly, her letting her phone die seems like the most unbelievable. Like, she is on that phone. I do not, even, years, just whatever, 11 years ago, it wasn't that hard to find a charger. Like 20 years ago, you could be out and lose it pretty easily. But like, just the fact that it's her also, like, I mean, she stays clacking away on that thing, man. So Jax and Kristen losing cell phone service seems like not happening. I don't think so.
That does point to a little bit of suspicion, but the way James moves, it is given real, like, domestic partner violence. It's giving abuse. Now, I know that Kristen handily took care of him one time, but the way that he, like, reacts and dumps it back on her and then immediately goes to insulting her and like, degrading her in a way that is it just gives real. I wonder what happens when the cameras aren't rolling, is what I wonder, because it is scary how he gets.
Yeah, a fake bravado, which he is full of, can be scary. Like, because when you're putting on like that, you may feel like you've got to really show people who's boss, and that can lead to bad stuff for sure. Because I mean, he just goes off like, "You're not getting this thing again," and just calling her names. I'm guessing all this is also what we missed in the therapy. Like, whatever we didn't get shown in the therapy is exactly what's happened in the alley. So
you're probably right. But isn't it weird too, whenever they're sitting down and he's like, "I know you fucked that guy in Detroit," and she's like, "I didn't," and he's like, "You did. I did. I didn't." It's exactly the situation that Kristen had with Ariana.
Yeah.
And it is so weird. And to Kristen's credit, she does not raise her voice. She doesn't get mad. She doesn't get loud. She's like, "Don't call me names. Don't insult me." But she even kind of like compliments him. And this is what really sets him off, though, when she
very
says
much
that he's
does.
like,
Yeah.
throwing away his life. Like, he's so talented and, I did all this for you. That's what sets him off whenever she says that. And that's when he starts getting real gross. And even when they part ways and is like, "Okay, we're done. I'm good. Goodbye," he follows her to continue to berate her and act like a crazy, insane ex, raising his voice and shit.
I thought it was like edited weird at first. Like, I had to rewind it. I was like, "Oh no, he's just stomping after her. Like, this is already, you wanted this to be over, and it is over. Why aren't you just go back and get it popping, my dude?"
Well, that's exactly right. It's the punishing nature of this exchange is what makes me, like, really scared, because, okay, like you just said, you're broke up. Wash your hands of it and move on. You don't have to scream at her about going to fuck Jax 2.0 and finding a 35-year-old and you'll never amount to anything and you're a loser. Like, you're free. You're free, my man. Keep it going.
That's what I mean. That fake bravado just allows you think you have freedom to just say whatever you want because you're so empowered right now. Like, you're flying off the handle. But I love the going back and forth. We have like Lala talking to the guys. Oh, this is a treat. I was feasting on this. I loved it.
I totally took a picture of Jax's face when Lala comes to him and is like, "Oh my gosh, she's here." And like, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" And Jax is like, "I mean, what do you care?" And when she says, and that just the cloud that moves over his face, and he's like,
yeah.
And then Sandoval's eyes keep going. I think he's afraid Chris is going to come around the corner and hear him talking, but like, he's just like this. And Jax is eating it up that they're in the back alley fighting until he realizes that they're fighting about Lala and that James got to it first, and he does not care for that.
I mean, can you imagine how much he wanted to split himself in half right there? Like, I need to go talk to Kristen, but God damn it, I need to talk to Lala and get in this girl's pants. Like, but I need to get out there. Like, like, I bet he was flipping out. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Just vibrating. But Jeff, let me ask you this. What's the difference between girls that get crazy and just crazy girls?
girls that get crazy and crazy girls.
Because there's a difference, according to Lala. She didn't explain the difference, but I'm just interested in what you think the difference is.
I don't know. I guess every girl liable to get crazy. I mean, aren't we all? There's a little bit,
right.
There's a little bit of that. Some go crazy, and I guess some just stay there. Kristen more leans to the side that stays there. Although she's working on herself, she's doing some things,
I think that's the implication here too, is that Kristen is not a girl that gets crazy. Kristen is the crazy girl.
Some have to reach there, like in our girls here, like Scheana's more on the scale of she can get there real quick. Where some other girls need to get worked up a little bit. That's too close to the actual noise they got made. That was too close.
But what I enjoyed the most is that these two grown men are sitting here telling this woman how scared they are of Kristen, and Tom Sandoval just says, "Oh, she gives me anxiety."
And then, because he ended up talking about it, like she's like, "I've heard all these things," and then and it's like the horror movie character, and he's like, I'm the one. I dated her. Like she's my ex. And it's almost like he's realizing it for the first time. Like this thing that I've gotten away from, like, is really haunting me, like in a physical manifestation kind of way.
I would love for people to, like, behind my back, be afraid of me. I think that would be a real power that you could wield in a way, that could just sort of like weed out, speaking of riffraff, weed out the riffraff in your life.
That has happened. I guarantee you that has happened. And I don't say that I'm not just blowing smoke. I think that's a real thing. Yeah.
But we go back to the alley, and he's still screaming at her.
He
going played.
And he's smoking again, like 4 feet from the propane tanks. I'm just, every time they do that, I'm like, why is there just an array of propane tanks right next to the smoke? Just something that always gets me.
I mean, just back and forth, all these really nasty things. And then when he finally leaves her, he yells, "Well, fuck off. I have a date tomorrow." And she just kind of chalks it up. Later, we find out how she comes around to it. But
yes, we do.
Kristen's crying in the confessional, and I'm going to tell her, like my mother told my sister, "Girl, your picker is broken."
Yes.
My mom used to say about my sister, Mandy, shout out if you're listening, that if you put a lineup, 9 millionaires and one bum, my sister's going to pick the bum every single time. She's going to pick the bum every single time. And I think Kristen may have a little bit that in her, because surely this switch didn't just flip and this man just started acting this way. He has been this way, right, for the year and a half they've been together.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, he seems so proud of himself. I just can't stand it, and I feel like he had to look at his hand and be like, what did I want to go out on? Kristen Doty, it's over. Like, he nailed it. Like, he was like, that's the thing I was going to say. He seemed so self-satisfied.
And I think we're going to have to make a rule that James can't be the chump, because he's just always going to be the default, like the de facto chump. So he can't be it, because he could just be it from now on to eternity.
Like, he surpassed Frank.
And Schwartz, I think, at this point.
That is a tough one.
Well, you know what time it is now. It's egg white omelet time.
Oh, yes.
Brought to you by the egg white industry.
I didn't see the Live, Laugh, Love you mentioned before, so when I saw it up against where the lettering above the bed this time, I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, jump scare.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I've never seen it like that before.
And too, the bedroom does not look like a man has ever stepped foot in there, much less live there. And I'm not trying to, I know furniture can't be gendered or whatever, but this looks like Scheana Shay from top to bottom, side to side. It doesn't even look like anybody else lives in there. So, yes, she did make choices.
It looks like a pink pony Graceland is what we've got here. That is in honor of Scheana Shay. So sorry that I made you squirt wine out your nose, but that is what we're doing here. So if you wanted a name for the house, there we go. That's what I had.
Pony Graceland. Oh my God, Jeff.
And unsurprisingly, when they're getting the coffee time going, Shay's like, "That's so much coffee." like Scheana's just going hard on that coffee mate. And I'm like, that's exactly right, man. Scheana is so like, get your live, laugh, love, get your pink guitar and your coffee mate. You're set, girl. I love it.
That's
It's
right.
set up for her.
Yeah. She probably drinks Crystal Light. Sandoval is so encouraging. He wants to be like his Rocky's trainer.
Mickey is Rocky's trainer, by the way.
That's right.
Just
Thank you for filling in the blank. And he wants to see him victorious. And I think this is sweet. And we talked so much about it last week too, but I don't think any of these people know anything about how to deal with somebody who's going through this heady experience. Now, I mean, yes, it just so happens that like Shay is grappling with the disease of addiction, but I think if he had been diagnosed with cancer or diabetes, they would all be acting like this too. Hey man, maybe if you just like, get out there and run it off a little bit, just rub some dirt on it. I just don't think that they understand how to help him and what he needs. And so they're just like throwing everything they can at him. An egg white omelet, sure, have at it. This is where we learn about Sandoval being a secret homemaker, but not before Ariana says the thing that you said that former addicts ever want to hear is that sugar is the devil.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. But then I thought about Ariana in Miami and like pouring the drinks, while she's in her tiny bikini. And I'm like, yeah, I guess if you think sugar is the devil, then you're allowed to walk around like that. So that you do gain a little something.
I mean, also, too, she has a 28-year-old metabolism, so...
Yes.
Shay, on the other hand, looks like he might have a 57-year-old metabolism.
Well, that's according to his wife.
Not to pile on.
Yeah, but I was talking before last week about, like, how much, like, somebody in recovery immediately wants sugar all the time, and, like, he doesn't look happy until he's like, and then I got out of bed and had those 3 Otter Pops, and I'm like, and they're like, sugar's the devil. I'm like, let him have his stupid Otter Pop. Like, he's not taking Vicodin for a little while. Let him have an Otter Pop.
Did you watch that show, The Flight Attendant, with Kaylee Cuoco?
No.
So she's a very, very destructive alcoholic through the entire first season. And the second season is she's in recovery. And like there's one of the B plots through the entire season is just her desperate need to have sugar at all times. And like she's always just like cramming it in, which a little unbelievable given what Kaylee Cuoco's figure looks like as well. But that was like an ongoing storyline. And so just let this man have his Otter Pops, people. Okay.
I've lived it, man. Right after I stopped drinking, we opened up our spot, right across from a vegan bakery, which means they just loaded up with more sugar because there's not, animal fat or anything in it. And I would get these huge chocolate cake slices to go home with rather than, whatever I would have before.
That's right.
They'd say things like, this one's fun because it's like 4 people can eat it. And I was like, that's how many are going to eat on this one. That's exactly right.
Sure.
I'll be back tomorrow evening.
Translate this for me. When Sandoval says, I did this for a living, and Shay goes, make omelets? It's not make omelets. An on-site catering service to which if you were a highly paid, super hot actress in the mid 2000s, you probably ate his eggs. Translate that to me. What is he saying he did?
He just had a breakfast shift on a catering company that like goes to movies and stuff. So like, when you're watching the credits, they'll have like catering by and they'll have, whatever cutesy Hollywood catering company name. So he just like worked for one of those. Yeah. And that's solid work. I mean, cause that's always getting done. Like, and you get to move around a little bit, but I mean, I've heard from people that have done that kind of thing, but yeah, they have morning, afternoon and evening shifts, just like a restaurant. So, I mean, if you're just the breakfast guy on set.
What he was saying. I was like, was he a personal chef? Was he like, I couldn't understand. But thank you for translating for me because that makes much more sense too.
It was weird because he said, eat my eggs. And that made it weird.
No, it made it weird when you said it. I didn't even notice it when he said it. But when you said it, I don't know.
I'm relaying the message. And also,
eat my eggs.
Yeah, we watch them get to eat and the juice. And then we watch the two of them like weirdly eat next to each other. Where we just saw them like fighting over it. Poor Cheese, he just wants some more cheese. Like, you got more cheese than I did. Like, give him his sugar and cheese, man. Come on.
Do they seem like they like it?
No. They're weirded out by everything.
I mean, that broccoli side looked real good.
I don't think they liked the positive energy Tom and Ariana were bringing into the apartment is honestly what I don't
two people who are drinking Capri Suns with their main dinner meal are not going to love this organic, beautiful breakfast that this man made. They're not there yet. They're not there yet.
Oh, there's 7 kinds of fruits and vegetables in this glass. Thanks so much. I mean, I love it. That's great, but not for shit.
Yes. But that's how they were just really sort of rejecting of it. Like, ooh, no thanks. But then cut to another schmuck. Day drinking at Sir. And of course, this man orders a muddled raspberry mojito, you fucking simp. You're going to come to my job. There's not one person on the bar. I'm just leaning against your chat with my friend, and you want me to make you a muddled drink? Electric chair. Fuck it, get out. Like you're
beyond jail for you. Beyond jail to the electric chair.
Like what? And then he makes a joke about it. You were off. This is your day off. You mean like every other day, and then come in here and make more work for me, a working person? No, I hate him.
In the restaurant of the person who you had the meeting with. So like, go do some of your damn homework, man. What you doing?
Well, that's exactly what Lisa says. And I guess maybe that's why they included it in the previously on, because she's like, aren't you supposed to be like working on your sangria pitch? And he's like,
it's just like, I don't mind you going to the bar by yourself. I don't mind you day drinking. I don't mind you getting a muddled drink. Just don't like, there's a billion places in the greater Los Angeles area. You got to go. I mean, it was free probably. So
I was about to say, for a fact he didn't pay for that. Come on. Or else he put it on Katie's tab. Jax can't go.
Big news coming.
Jax can't go to the sommelier because Peter is full of big announcements. He's getting rid of that ponytail.
The pony's going.
And when he mentions his girlfriend wanting him to be like more serious or whatever, they flash back to the quote, big announcement, which again, as we said, not an announcement, just a thing that happened.
Just a thing. That's just a person in the world.
Yeah. And then this is where Jeff sent me a text earlier talking about a fraternization. Lisa never misses a chance to just dress this man down. And he narks on her. Hey, Lisa, isn't there a policy about the fraternization?
Yeah. First off, real rich coming from Jax Taylor all of a sudden on this. Like,
yeah.
This is one of those, like I've said before, where I'm not really mad at him about something. I just want to be like, hey, man, hey, come here. Like, if I'm working in there with him, like, what are you going for here? Like, what do you think you're helping by doing this? Like, well, are you sure?
Schwartz calls him the number one perpetrator of everything.
Oh, yeah. The number one perpetrator of all that stuff you're talking about. Like,
and Lisa calls him bitter, that he's just like out here trying to sabotage. And he is. That's the whole reason he orchestrates that date later on. He's trying to sabotage. But in the same breath that he is doing the sabotaging, the tattling, he also says, well, I don't need to do anything. James is going to sabotage himself. Yes, that is true. So shut up and sit down.
That's, we call that one a hard fail.
Yeah, you have said this about him so many times that if he would just do nothing, that his life would just be so much better. He would win in so many more situations if he just stood down. Like, I'm just going to step back and let this idiot handle himself. And, he does. He does.
But, at least he's real upfront with his intentions about Lala. That's refreshing.
Yeah, he doesn't want a girlfriend.
Ugh.
Yeah, but Lisa characterizes it, pretty quickly. This 100-pound pipsqueak is getting in the way of the cock of the walk. And the cock of the walk's feathers are ruffled.
Yes, they are. And it's starting to look it. He's starting to look a little ruffled a lot of the time, really.
Did he have some kind of jaw surgery or something? Because isn't he looking like wider through the jaw?
I think it looks like swelling or something, like, and it looks like there's a pockmark, like there was a accident or something, like a fight, or just a fight. Like he could have gotten in a bad fight.
Well, remember he has that scar from where he walked into the whatever at the beginning of, or the end of last season. So he has that, but also his hair doesn't grow in like a way that seems like a full-grown man. So it's like patchy. I mean, I don't know. I feel like somebody get him a egg white scramble. Oh, Rachel is back. We go back to the Red Lion Tavern. Kristen and Rachel.
I've been here. I'm excited. I've been to the Red Lion pub. I've been to like 6 bars in LA, and this is one of them. I was super, super excited to see. I couldn't believe it. Like, I had to look it up to make sure. I mean, this
That's
was
so
like
funny because something
19 years
told
ago.
me to write it down, right? Like something told me to write it down. But Rachel calls it a dive bar, and then they proceed to order a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. No dive bar I've ever been to offers Sauvignon Blanc. But, LA is a different story.
Yeah, it's just it's like a neighborhood bar more than a dive bar. Like, I went to some dive bars, went out there, and that wasn't one of them. But it was super fun. They were super nice. They've got like German food, like a lot of German influence in there. I got day drunk there. It was super. It was one of those like, let's go over here for a couple drinks. And, then an hour later, you're like, why don't we just hang out here for a while? Like it was a good time.
Yeah.
So,
I've been to some dive bars in broad daylight, and much like the man at the bar drinking whiskey at, 11 a.m. Sure.
Yeah, awful judgy, I thought. Really.
Yeah, well, and Kristen had obviously been crying. She is like, Rachel tries to make her feel better, but you can tell she's puffy. And fucking Jax tries to, quote, console her and is like, no, man, they didn't fuck. They just made out a little bit. And then record scratch. What?
Yeah.
And so now Kristen has a whole nother layer of like breakup shame and sadness and anger to sort through.
But also, like, she says she ran into Jax in the alley. What she may not know really is that he knows she was out there, and he went to go, run tell that like on him. Sorry, now I'm jumping into it.
But also, he works there. You do not. How do you run into someone at a place that you don't work at anymore? Like, but yes, he 100% did. And I also think that there is some kind of, and I've said this many, many times before, that the Jax and Kristen friendship that the producers are not showing us for whatever reason, because it seems really random that James gets so mad about Jax, but I think that they're in contact quite a bit. I don't think they're sleeping together, or maybe sometimes once in a while, but I don't think there's anything romantic. I think that there is a real live friendship there, and for some reason, whatever, we don't see it on screen.
And what we do see, though, are when in the retelling, Jax's eyes are about this big, just right below dinner plate.
Now we know what he was doing in the alley.
Yeah, and I love Sandoval's just when he's the audience talking to him, like, he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, again, we're going to have to go through all this.
And he was like, what am I going to do? And at the exact same time, Katie and Ariana said this, and they just like flipped it around and just went on this. Like, that's what you do. You walk away. You don't sit there and diarrhea mouth onto her, because it did not do any good. All it did was make Kristen feel sad. And like, again, her picker is broken. It is not her fault that this man did this to her. But after a few, bad runs, you kind of start to internalize it, like, well, damn, what's happening over here? Is it something that I'm doing? Like, how am I doing this? And I have a beautiful, wonderful wife now, but listen, I kissed a lot of frogs, okay? And I can just sort of see Kristen trying to do this work on herself, trying to figure out like how to be better after a really tough season 3. And again, this 100-pound pipsqueak is just playing in her face.
Yeah, we do hear some stuff about James. She lets us know, her thoughts on him. Like, he's going to go down like the Jax direction, but more douchey. That's a statement there. And also what he's been saying about Lala.
Yeah, and we've seen that, though. We've seen him say what a slut she is and what a whore she is and stuff.
Yeah.
And the difference between, and she makes this notation, that the difference between Jax and James is like, James is just going to be a douche. There is something endearing about Jax. There is something that people find lovable about him. And James is working his way to like zero lovability. There's not much left to like about this man here. She says that his ego is growing. Do you remember what she compared it to?
No.
A chia pet.
Oh, yeah,
His
yeah, the
ego
chia pet, you
is
can't, it just
growing.
grows and grows, yes.
Chia pet, yes, sir.
Think that was back
I
here and because of the past, as a matter of fact.
was about to say, I wanted to save it for because of the past, but I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Okay, so then I didn't write down the name of this man's salon, but everybody's like, "Hey, Haywood, high fives all around."
It's
And he's
trust because it has an
there we go.
exclamation point.
No, yeah, well, your tone indicated as such, so for sure.
Yeah.
Now's the time here. Peter's ponytail exiting. This is Peter's ponytails last season.
Yeah, Haywood was their boy in there.
So, he's had this ponytail since 2010, which it's only like 2015 right here. Like, what are you bragging about? Like, this I've had my hair since 2010 too, sir. Like, what? I don't understand what the big deal
That's
is here.
That's a good stretch for some folks with a longer hair, That's
Okay.
but it served him well.
This is where he says he's more maturing. And this bit, I know that it is kind of like vulgar, but this bit made me laugh too, where he's talking about it had to have it be at least 8 inches to donate it. And then the guy was like, Jax, what's 8 inches? And he stands up and like unbuttons his pants. I thought that was funny and clever in a way that Jax is typically not. There was a speed to which he got there that is not typical with Jax.
No, he was on top of that one. Yeah. How many days are in a year? We're unsure. You want to you want to go for dick and fart jokes? I got your guy right here.
I mean, look, I'm easy. Enough with this ponytail talk. I need the hot goss. What was happening the other night when
they got this to snip the pony? Come on.
Oh, that is so disgusting when he holds up the tight and it's got a rubber band on it. Like, gross. It's like a whole animal scurrying across the floor. I didn't like it. It was unsettling.
Yeah, but Peter gets, there's got to be like 4 of them when they go do anything. Like you always like to point out. I was like, why does Jax have to go when he was talking about? Then you get there and Tom's with him also, like their boy Haywood. Like they they've got some comfort.
They roll deep
for sure.
They roll deep, and so Jax continues to be the messiest boots in the galaxy. So here's what he said, and I didn't get it necessarily the first time I watched it. The second time, what he's done is he has invited himself and Katie and
Scheana.
out for drinks. Scheana, right?
Yeah.
Out for drinks. And he's told them to invite Kristen, but he's also invited James and Lala. He's saying like, oh, well, it's everybody's going to get along. It's fine, blah, blah, blah. This man knows exactly what he's doing. Why in the world? And they both have reactions to it. And this is where I thought you would use your eye roll stamp, where Sandoval says, the reason that Ariana and I are so strong is because we just rise above this drama. Shut your fucking cockhole. No, y'all have been dating 30 seconds. Shut it. Shut it down.
Also, don't brag about rising above that. Like, that is in no way something to be like, we're almost a more serious couple than Schwarty. Like, well, great. For whose benefit is that? Like, bully for you. There we go. You nailed it.
But also, this was y'all last season.
Yeah.
Y'all were this was y'all. Like
of all the shitty relationships, yours is the best. Way to go. That's
great.
You're the smartest idiot here.
And and Jax takes up for Kristen. James definitely cheated, and so all of this. And Peter says that bringing Lala, which I guess he hasn't clocked her black scent yet, but he says that it's like bringing a catfish to a shark pen.
Yep.
Okay. Jax is such a terrible criminal, though, that what he's doing is just so transparent. We know you want to sabotage them. We know you love to see things implode on themselves. Because he even says it in his confessional at one point or another. He's like, yeah, no, it's awesome when the shit's happening. It doesn't involve me. Love that.
But it does involve him because he's getting these two together. And like, there's just so many better ways to go about it than like, it's almost just an excuse. Like he wants Kristen and James to argue and do whatever in front of Lala. Like he's going to swoop in and and then he's trying to tie that into like how to get James in trouble at the once. Like he's just doing too much work. Like just go holler at Lala if you want to holler at Lala. Like,
exactly.
You're Jax, right? I mean,
I mean, really, just walk up to her. They're not engaged.
I like more than the shark fin as Tom's just like, this is a nuclear fallout potential right here. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to have barren wasteland on the streets of
That's what
LA
he
after
said.
this. Yeah.
Exactly. He was like, you could still get sick from nuclear fallout, even if you're not involved in the blast, sir. I think that was the fairly thing but this show is that's what we watching. We're only here for the nuclear fallout, right? I mean, that whole scene at the club later, that's the nuclear fallout. Yes. Bring it to me. Just feed it to me. I love it.
After your nails.
That's right. And you want to talk about ironies of irony? I'm going to get there. So this is where there's a lot packed into this nail truck right here.
Mm-hmm.
Scheana really just hates Lala, right? Kristen's blowing their phones up, and she's immediately taken Kristen's side against Lala without not one iota, not one bit of information. She also says she's the kind of girl who goes after other people's boyfriends. Ma'am, weren't you in a whole affair with a married celebrity and the show started with this? Like, she said this without any bit of self-consciousness.
No. She's moved on. She's more comfortable in the fact she wants to relish in the fact that they were not welcoming Lala because she was going to step to one of their men. And guess what? She did it. So Sheena's right. And I'm going to pretend like that whole thing I did didn't happen. And while I'm in it, I'm going to pretend this current catastrophe going on with my new husband also not happening. And if it is happening, it's a huge pain in the ass. And I'm trying to get on with my life.
Yeah, she just wants to, just like it never happened, Jeff, because that is how life works when you're grown.
Yeah.
And Katie, all of us, is like, yeah, you might just need to take this a little more seriously, girl. It's not something you can just kind of like blow through. And, she's like, oh, yeah, sure. I'm taking it seriously, but like, it never happened. I just want to be happy, love my life.
The way she's taking it seriously is talking about like, yeah, I mean, maybe we'll even get divorced. Like, whoa, let's.
Yeah. This ultimatum, and we continue to bang this drum too about just like how little they know about like the disease of addiction, but it's pills or marriage. I'm sorry, Scheana, you're going to lose that ultimatum. Like, especially when everybody's demanding this man not go to rehab.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a choice you're going to win. He's not in any kind of recovery. He's not in any kind of program. Sorry. There goes marriage, because a person who is in active addiction is going to choose their particular choice every time.
Yeah. And this is when I would love to see Shay on his own, because I mean, he's left. He's been with his family. Like, also, maybe he's thinking of leaving, and honestly, she may think that and just wants out first, so she's telling everybody she wants it over. Like,
I mean, I guess, but like, does Scheana think that just being married is having a wedding?
Yeah, no, she did that for her, right? To have the big wedding, to have the pictures. I'm not saying she didn't love Shay ever or something like that, but that was pretty. So, I mean, he couldn't have cared about that. He could have been with his boys at Red Lobster and been just fine with the whole wedding. As far as like hit the courthouse and go get some seafood after. She's more concerned. Her star's rising. It doesn't seem like he has a lot of potential in this industry. So I think that's the bigger issue for her right here.
Well, Ariana puts it a little bit more eloquently, and she's been kind of reluctant to kind of do any kind of real diagnosing or any like proselytizing, but she's worries about patterns forming where this huge blow up happens, this big catastrophe happens. They deal with the fallout. They come back, they ignore it. They are happy. He white knuckles it for however many weeks it is, and then it just happens over and over and over again. And Scheana has issued this ultimatum, but even if every one of his bones are broke, he better not take a pill.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just so doomed. And I'm not trying, like, I don't want to like be callous compare it to the milk in my fridge, but it really is doomed.
Yeah.
And we're watching it happen, obviously from 12 years in the future, but yike.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Castle's hamburger place where Lala
Yeah,
drinks.
I think Cassell's.
More just broad daylight hanging out. We have not seen these people in broad daylight this much in many, many episodes. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, they're just running the streets of WeHo in the broad daylight. Lots of midday hanging, I wrote. And Lala, I said this the other episode too about how she knows how to boys.
Oh, absolutely.
She does this thing too where she makes these comments that are kind of like seemingly innocuous, but like little flirty, but it just keeps her and him fucking on his mind all the time. Like, oh yeah, I'm on that model diet. Would you bring me here to put an ass on me? And later it's like, says something about putting babies in me. Like, she just does this thing where she's just always keeping him in a space of thinking about fucking her. And you know what? Brilliant.
It is brilliant. And also with her, almost more than anyone else, like, we really get to see her, like, inner workings, like, when they're doing the confessional, when it's all like, usually I like a steak, but maybe I'll check out this string bean for a minute, and you're like, all right, she is kind of toying with him a little bit, like, she's digging it and they're getting started, but it's not her usual style. So let's see what happens here.
He's different than any other dude she's ever been out with.
Yeah.
And she is about to see how far he can take this. She's about to see how different this man is going to be.
Yeah, and they're going to work. So she does sing and they're going to work on a track together. Is that what they're going to do? All right. That was quick. I'm excited to see that, I guess.
Cheers to making music and babies, Jeff.
Thank you. Let's never, ever hear that again, please, from anyone. But this is where she's asking about Kristen, like, seeing if she's going to get confronted. And, she's kind of like, well, Kristen's got another thing coming if she's going to mess with me. And I'm like, no, this is a large problem for you. This is a big, big problem for you, potentially. Like, you need to keep your head on a swivel right now.
Look, real quick. What is the phrase? Is it another thing coming with a G or another think coming with a K? We always grew up, like, if you think you're going to stay out late, you got another think coming. That was the phrase that I grew up with.
No, like, you have another thing coming, like, as if you think you're just going to come in and it's going to be all right when you get back. If you go out there and do that, it's another thing when you get here. It's a whole different situation.
No, but it's like parallel structure, because I think I'm going to stay out late, then I have another think coming. I better think again about what I was thinking.
Saying you can't talk yourself into that being correct. I'm just telling you, I don't think that's correct.
I don't know. I may need to consult a secondary source on this, because
Kristen Doty, this is over.
I don't know if that's true. So TBD on the.
I think you and Lisa are really, you're bringing that. Sharing signs isn't all y'all do.
Shut your mouth. This is where I wrote something about her black scent too, where she was, if she tries to step to me, like,
yes.
Girl, speaking of string bean, come on.
Yeah, bring that tough Utah energy.
That's right. You know how they
bring that day school energy you got there. Bring that academy energy you got.
Mean streets of Provo. She's out here. Just. Then we pop to the Sir training of the sommelier, and these folks could give a fuck less about this shit.
They could, and then it's like, it's before the fireworks are about to go off, so it's kind of like, what, hey, Christina, thanks for showing up. Jesse, we get to see you again. Like, all the, it's like Katie and Scheana knows how to open a wine bottle. All right.
Oh my gosh. Like, I can't believe it. I mean, a waitress who knows how to open a wine bottle? Oh, yeah. Stop the presses.
Faith had a new look, had that hair down, new look for Faith. So keeping tabs on her.
We also flash back to Lisa hazing Faith about, and I'm going to say this right now. A Pinot Noir is a fine wine to suggest with a steak. Lisa.
It absolutely is. And you also asked her what she would like, and that's what she would like. So that answers the question. She is, I said, Lisa was quizzing her really hard. And then I even put like a, next to that. Lawless can be up at the host stand talking about doing anal and blowjobs, and Faith is over here getting every answer wrong, no matter what.
You know who does get the answer right? Katie Maloney. She
That's
suggests champagne or a Chardonnay. So good for you, because you know what? The food is excellent at Sir.
That's right. 2015, excellent. I bet it was having some good years back here. I mean, it's looking good. I'm just going to go. They're eating it. I mean, they seem excited. These kids probably eat around a little bit.
Yeah. It's free. They eat it for free. This is, again, another check-in between Lisa and Scheana. And this whole thing, I don't really know what to make of it here. So she asked her how her healthy eating experience went.
Eggs are really, really all over. We've got more. You can't do it with bacon and eggs. Like, all right.
Episode 5, sponsored by the egg industry.
Yes.
And things are better, but not 100%. And this is where they bring up the not working business. And so I wrote this down too. Y'all have too many issues going at one time. Pick a thing to work on. Pick your. Are you working on your marriage? Are you working on him getting a job? Are you working on his addiction? Or are you working on losing weight? Like, what is the thing that you're doing? Because all of this is just too much to contend with.
I said, this dude is hours sober. Hours. Like, just, whoa. It's like she wants to do so many things, but has no concept of how to go about doing any of them. So she's just freaked out about everything at once, rather than like, all right, calm down. Let's see what's going on. Let's have some eggs.
And Lisa gives, good advice. Just kick his ass.
Kick his ass a little bit.
Kick his ass a little bit. Do
his
it in
ass
a supportive way.
Is kicked. His ass has been kicked. You don't go home because you're all high and mighty. Like, you go home when you're 30 and married because, like, some shit went down.
And we continue to kick his ass when we count his money every single fucking episode.
Yeah.
All right. So then we pop to Amoeba Music. Is that what this is?
No. Amoeba Music is a store out there. That's like a music store. They have a famous neon sign. So that's it. It's called the Golden Box. Door.
Okay. My nickname in high school.
All right.
So it's a fun night. This place looks cool as hell, though.
How'd you get that nickname?
I think you know. But this place looks super cool. But also, is this because the past that everybody orders their drink with pineapple juice, tequila and pineapple, vodka and pineapple?
Oh, did Katie's tequila was with pineapple also? Well, like, when we've seen the pineapple come out before, I'm like, that's such an easy vessel to, like, get things going. So, like, we haven't seen them really tear up the club in, hours. So they're ready to go. And usually that's the way to go. Yeah. I mean, Jax is getting it. They're ready to go. Shots are coming out. Like, it's going quick. Yeah.
You know who's not there?
Stassi Schroeder? Oh.
Well, yes. Who? We don't even know her. Stassi Schroeder.
No.
Maybe in the background on accident.
Shay's not there at all. Scheana's ready to go do what she wants.
Yeah. Shay's happy with his remote on the couch and his 5 pills a day. Okay. Like, this man is just going through it at home, watching Top Chef or whatever he's watching. And meanwhile, his wife is going to come home smelling like the club. Her breath's going to smell like the club. That's not triggering at all. She does be supportive for sure.
She's ready for endless amounts of alcohol. There we go. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Good attitude to take as a supportive wife. And then once James and Lala get there, Scheana immediately goes in about how she cheated with James on Kristen. I mean, just like doesn't even miss a beat. And then when Kristen goes there, it goes real left real quick. And I really liked it.
Scheana starts off bad. Like, I heard some stuff. Like, fuck off with that. Like, I never want to hear that. Get out of here. Like, don't you have enough going on? We were just talking about the 11 teen problems in your own life. And here you are, like, crucifying somebody for the same sins as you. Like, just enjoy the endless alcohol.
Exactly. Hold on. My phone's ringing. Hello, Eddie Cibrian. What did I hear? Like, shut up.
What are we all doing here? Oh, it's because I did that? Okay.
Exactly. But, she's there for the front row for the Kristen show. And Kristen underperforms in this show. It is really James who just sort of takes on the drama ingenue of the episode. Because as Kristen gets there and all this like stuff's going on, Jack steps in and says, "Hey, Kristen, do you want me to get you a drink?" And then James is like, "Yeah, that didn't take long. Look at you, fucking." He's actively on a date with the woman sitting right next to him, and he's heckling his ex about a man that she slept with that they're friends with.
They walk in and they have like right when they walk in, before Scheana's like, "I heard some things." They they have the potential to be like the happiest couple we've ever seen on this show. Like, they have a similar build, they're young, they're good looking, like, here you go. Like, Kristen walks in and he's like, "You fuckers," and he's right, by the way, they are a bunch of fuckers for letting this happen.
Yeah, they did that.
All of these people have blood on their hands from this. Why they didn't just leave, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's part of the show. Like, "Nah, dude, you got to stay in here. Y'all have to stick around in the club for a little while." Cause like, you got to Sandoval your ass out of there. Like, no way. Yeah. Jack's like, "Calm down."
But even before that, he was like, "What? I mean, it's not an enclosed area. Anybody can walk away anytime they want." Okay, dude. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
And this is why I kind of like really just want to like give it to Lala and Kristen, because Lala's like, whoa, don't do that, because there's a lot of slut shaming. James, that's his like go-to. He immediately goes to slut shaming and like degrading, and Lala sees that and she's like, "No, don't do that." And James already fucking in the bag. "Well, you're no fun." Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's embarrassed and lashing out in the word. This is the fake bravado, and now you put embarrassment on top of it. Like, this is going to get, and the booze. Yeah.
And Jax pulls Kristen for a chat, and that didn't take long. What are you gonna go do? Fuck. And Jax is like, "Dude, shut up. Like, fuck off." Everybody's like, he's not moving on. But you know what though? James being a drunk and a dick was the best thing that ever happened to Kristen that night, because all of it, the girls coalesce to defend her against this man. Otherwise, they would have been at her throat, pecking her eyes out. But because like they have a common enemy, now it's like, okay, so we can unite against this fucking asshole. So that's the best thing that's ever happened to her in terms of this friend group.
Oh yeah, Kristen can pull Lala aside as soon as she can. She wants to get over to her, and because she's, I think, also hammered and has some things to say.
So Kristen immediately blames Lala, right? Of course, it's always going to be the fault of the woman. But, and I hope this is true, Jesus in heaven, I hope this is true, she is starting to see James for what he really is. He's just like a joke of a man. He was my rebound. I can't even really excuse it because this is what it was doing, but now I'm on the other side of it. And sometimes that'll happen with a little bit of distance or a little bit of a thing that happens, and you get on the other side of a thing and you're like, "Oh God, like the veil has been rent from my eyes." And now I'm like, "What? That's what I was doing?"
Yeah. And especially when you're seeing him perform as he is, it's very easy to go, that's what I was just crying about a minute ago. It's like, "Lala, come here. I got some stuff to tell you about what he's been saying."
And whenever Lala comes to join, like if this was season 2 or season 3, it would have went real different. But I'm very proud about how this exchange goes. They talk to each other. Lala introduces herself, and she just wants a little girl-on-girl clarification. I like it. They come to the conclusion that James lied and he cheated.
Yeah.
And that's when Kristen works on him. Lala could have been like, "What? Nah, that's not true." But hearing Kristen tell it, she knows exactly what happened. She knows that James has been after her this whole time. She knows that he had to tell that story to Kristen. She understands immediately. So it wasn't necessarily Kristen like manipulating her mind. It was just Kristen telling her what was happening, and Lala being like, "Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, she was totally, "I see you. I believe you. Maybe neither one of us need him." That probably seems like the way to go.
And
not the end for James, though.
No, he does not know when to call it a day. And because Lala's like, "I'm offended." And that's a weird word to use, I guess, in this instance. But anyway, she's like, I'm offended. And Kristen, I think this is why there's some substance happening, because when James and Lala are talking, Kristen still sitting down. She said, "I'm on a different wavelength than y'all."
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, Lala's offended. I mean, she just found out she was getting called a slut and a whore by the guy that she's out with. So I get a little.
She's actively on a date with right now.
Yeah.
And so he's chasing after her. No, that's not what I said. What did Kristen say? No, come back, come back, come back. Too late for you, buddy.
It's too late, but he's not done lashing out. He's got one big comment to make.
Yeah. And this is where at the top of the show, whenever he says he's trying to get her to come back around. And she's like, listen, I don't really like how you're presenting me to people. It's kind of gross. He's like, well, you're being a basic bitch right now. Everybody says, you act so wildly. And like the girl gang just got activated. No, sir. And this is where Scheana says, I'm not even a feminist. As she sits there with being the primary and only breadwinner, supporting her stay-at-home husband, declares out loud to this group that she is not a feminist.
But she will get her back on this and the backs of all women being called that, but not a feminist. No.
Wild.
But even Scheana didn't know this outcome was possible. This has gone beyond what they even thought, which I don't know why. I think this is the most obvious outcome, obviously.
I mean, this is exactly how Jax wanted it to play out. And you know what? God bless Kristen, says Jax, because it's kind of amazing to watch. As long as it's not pointed at me, you just point Kristen in the direction and let her go, as long as it's not at me.
I absolutely had to give a job well done to Jax. Like, it all played out, kind of how we wanted. So we'll see.
He's typically a really bad criminal, but as luck would have it, it absolutely turned out how he wanted it. So next time is Pride. They're doing Pride later and later and later. They must start filming earlier and earlier every season.
They switch it up all the time. I can't. And I don't want to get excited because sometimes they just get ready for Pride again. So I don't know.
Well, Lisa says that having one successful party is not enough. So now she has to have two. So maybe, remember last year, Pump was popping. Like they were just like raising every roof on the block. Meanwhile,
the tumbleweeds.
Sir. So maybe we will get to see some fun action at Sir this time.
Yes.
And Shay needs a win. We see him working out and then puking in the parking lot. So winning, I guess. Yep. And then there's this whole bit about James having marks from 7 hours of sex and with who. And then the editors tried to make it seem like it's with Lala because she's like, I said I wasn't going to be annoyed, but I am annoyed. Please tell me this woman didn't sleep with him. Jesus in heaven, please tell me that this man did not convince her to sleep with him.
Yeah, I'm guessing. If not next week, I bet it'll happen, right? I'm still on. It's happening.
It hurts my heart, Jeff.
Yeah.
That hurts my heart. Because why? Why would you throw your pearls after that swine? Okay.
What about because the past? You got any of that?
Before I do the because the past, I have a Lisa-ism here.
Oh, please.
When she's talking to Jax about like Shay, his problem is like Scheana's overbearing us, and she said, no, when he's chomping on pills all day. That's his problem.
I mean, yeah. Maybe we didn't put it like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like he's just got the Pez dispenser rolling around town.
Yeah, he's chomping on pills all day. I really only have one because the past that we did not mention in the recap because I have basic bitch and not a feminist on my list too. Mm-hmm. But when it is before noon and Kristen orders a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc and she says, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep. That is a very doty. I'm like, yeah, that's. You think in her mind, she was like, ooh, I got to save that one for a t-shirt. I got to do that one. That's going to be.
Well, she might need to talk to Alan Jackson about that because it was 2006 when he coined that. So you're too late, Kristen.
Yeah, we had our Chia Pets. We got a Rocky mention. Getting lit. That was kind of newish probably then, right? Talking about lit. I mean, it's old. It's an old saying, but I think it was coming back around
maybe.
then. I don't know.
I think there was like a rap song or video or performer said it, and it became kind of like part of the lexicon, but I can't remember when it happened.
Let's not sound too distant from this. I think it was in one of them rap.
I'm just going to say, the older we get,
the hippin' and hoppin' when
distant.
they mentioned the lit. Do we need to do a chump?
I mean, I'm going to have to go with Scheana.
Yeah, that last
Only
scene
because,
really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a feminist, and she's the kind of woman who'll fuck your man, and I want to pretend this whole last week didn't happen, and I don't need to lose weight, but Shay certainly does, and
all the hits,
all the hits. She's not doing great. She's not doing great, and I think maybe her mask is slipping a little bit because she's always just performing chipper and happy and helpful and everybody's friend and people pleasing, and her mask is slipping the more time she has to devote to worrying about Shay and her marriage and the dissolution of her life, I think. But who's your chump? Did you have one?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see past Jax and James, so it was just the two of them. I mean, at one point, and my apologies to all his fans out there, but I was just going to call it James Taylor and get the James and Jax.
Absolutely, I won't have that
combo.
No, you will not ruin James Taylor.
I'm fine
with
it. That's fine.
How dare you? No, that's funny because Jax was in the running for my LVP.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing the couple times he's won LVP for me. He just is being Jack, and this is an all-star move for Jax here. Yeah, but so that's your LVP.
Yeah. No, he was number 2.
He was
my LVP was Kristen because she was just catching strays the entire episode. That whole scene in the alley where James is just berating her, come at her. She didn't lose her cool one time. She did not. She wasn't smoking a cigarette. Suck a dick, James. She wasn't.
None of that. No.
And that scene with Lala, it could have went very different. She could have immediately just girl bullied her, and she didn't. And I think we are seeing some growth.
Yeah, I had it. It's crossed out, but I had doubt. I even wrote Toady, in an unreal move. This is my pick. She keeps it very real for herself, and she's doing great at keeping herself in the conversation, which you've shown me how people choose to keep themselves relevant in here. Mm-hmm. She is a master at it. But my overall pick, I had to go with Lala in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, she's our star on the rise. She's very much in the mix. I mean, she kind of is aligned with Kristen by the end, and she's already dated and been out with somebody, and she's got something going on with a few different people. And I mean, if she can actually stand up for herself like she says she can, then she's set to go. That's it. But we'll see on that.
TBD on that.
Because people are going to come for her still. I have a feeling we're not we went to the club and everybody's cool now. That's not going to be it.
Show over, series finale right there. No, of course not. And I want us to keep an eye on Jax's jawline because something is happening there. There's a puffiness that's happening. But so if you have any close reads that you want us to know, or your feelings about these new kids on the block with Lala, really, she's the only one that stuck. We hadn't even seen Brittany in 3 episodes.
Also, we forgot on the LVP, the Egg Council also needs to be mentioned. Right. Thank you, everybody, for the Egg Council.
Thank you to the Egg Council for bringing us so much content this episode.
Yeah.
And again, find us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube at Take a Pinot Pod. And email us if you have beef or if you love us so much.
Thanks, everybody.